Well, it's Sunday the 18th of November. Here's an update on our Sladnor Folly video clip. Got more information for you on that. Now this is the running adjacent to the Tinmouth Road. You can see down there below us. Quite busy on a Sunday afternoon. Not a lot of light, so we'll press on. Now this is the top path. Now if you look down there, just where it gets dark green, that is what was the original buggy path, which was purpose built, and for one reason only: to let the owner and the builder of the Folly allow her to actually ride in a pony and trap up to the Folly. Now we believe it was actually built later than first documented by myself, about 1830 to 1833. It's made of red sandstone with a projecting battlements, corniche on it, and as we come through it, it'll suddenly hove into view around the next corner. Light's still good and it's nice and dry. Lovely carpet of leaves. And here we come, some fabulous specimens here of firs. Absolutely remarkable. As we come through here, we're losing the light a bit, but here we are. Here's our first view of the Folly as we're approaching from the northwest. And Folly, yes, but it had much more of a scope and presence when it was originally built. As you can see, there are projecting or surrounding buildings at the side, and going back well over 50 years, they were more or less intact. There were arches across. There you see, it's in quite bad repair. Richmond villagers have stated that we've negotiated, the Maidenkomb Residents Association have negotiated the reopening of what was an existing right-of-way footpath from the top of Rockhouse Lane running inside of the Tinmouth Road all the way down to where I started this video, and then veering right and coming out on the service road, the approach to the Sladnor Chalets. Now let's see if we can actually find where the buggy path came up to, because it came up in a circular motion. We'll just have a quick look while the light's still here. Now it's lying, the buggy pony and trap purpose-built trap is actually down there. I don't know if you can actually get above it. It's heavily overgrown and will have to be cut back. In fact, it could have been exactly through here, but I think that would have taken too severe a lift. I think it's more gently, and it wound round and came back in a sort of hairpin arrangement to arrive at the Folly. Right, so you can see the low wall, you can see the little buildings, outbuildings at the side with the Gothic or Norman arch arrangement, and at the top there, going right across the centre of the picture, there were two arches which have actually fallen in on themselves. I'll just repeat very quickly the other video, which I seem to have actually mislaid in my archive, but here's one of the entrances we'll go through now, and there we are, red sandstone, and it has later renderings to actually keep it up, which not that attractive. Here, lovely archway here, still intact, and if we actually turn and go inside the thing, you can see now that crack, I can tell you how that was actually well, it wasn't helped by used to have groups of people coming in and lighting bonfires. So it was a good idea inside, and the heat would have radiated through. Now if you look up, the original oak framing timbers below the window apertures are still original, I believe. There's a lot of extra rendering put in there, and as you see there's a faux or false crossbow slit just to make it look authentic. And if you look closely there, that is the remains of what was a circular walk which went all the way around, and there would have been a flight of steps going up for you to actually, there might even have been a complete solid oak floor, and then you could gain access then up to the ramparts. But that's lost in the mist of time. Yeah, cruise dog. But let's just go quickly up the steps adjacent to the, I'm duplicating much of the original video, but like I say, it's interesting, we've got extra information. And these trees, this line of trees wouldn't be here. This is looking over the A379, the Teignmouth Road, and there would have been, from the top of the structure there, you would have been able to gain access to the actual ramparts. There would have been splendid views out towards Dartmoor to the right, and of course Grey Hill. Heavy incrustation of ivy as you come up, and here we are. Cruiser, you be careful there, be careful. Yes, I know. So you see, here's the centre pillar, and there would have, well, there was in my time back in 1960, this was actually still had substantial arch formations joining up the structures. They're very close, you can see the rendering. That's not original, put on it. Remember, it's of the red sandstone, and here we are. We look inside, and a lot of work will have to be done to make it safe. It'll have to be pinned, and quite a lot of money. I think they're talking thousands of pounds, because if you open up the right of way, well, the footpath along the side, obviously people are going to come past this, and curiosity being rampant, I think people will want to go inside. They did originally have a chain link fence around this, but that was quickly torn down. Okay, Cruiser, can you go down? Yeah, I know, very good. Down you go, down you go. Careful now. And we'll just see if we can take some stills on the outside. I will point out that I am entitled to be up here, as I have contacted Richmond villagers, and they do know about my accessing the Folly. Again, this is, to my knowledge, the only video appraisal of the Folly anywhere on the internet. And here we are on the outside, lovely with the copper and gold colours of autumn, and it's been had various designations. Is it a Folly? Is it a tower? It is a Folly. Similarly, there are two Follies in Maidencombe, and the other one is at Rock House, and I'm hoping to gain access to do a video review of that. That's put down as a gazebo, but it's quite plainly a gazebo. To my mind, is an open sort of framework of a building, like a bandstand, and when it's enclosed such as this, it is a Folly. And the one at Rock House, though in need of repair, is in much better condition than the Folly at Sladnor. And here we have, this is the top path which goes along, wending our way back towards the top of Rockhouse Lane, where this originates, and quite pleasant, but obviously not the scope to have at any time to have had a pony and trap come through. So this was the pedestrian access that went along. Looking back down there, down below us are the Sladnor Woods, and also down there are some very interesting wildlife domains, which I'll be going into at a later date. But there we are. Let's go Glad we got up here while the light was still good. And there it is, built by Mrs. Groves, the owner or occupant of Sladnor Manor House. And she built it, as was the fashion in those days, a folly, or I don't know, a sort of a play structure. Remember, they didn't have TV or internet or places to go, so they had to get their amusements where they could. And this was, in the 19th century, this was the vogue. And also it demonstrated that you were a person of substance if you could actually have the money to fritter away on such structures. But there you are, 1830, circa 1830, so it's been there 18 decades. Hexagonal structure with projecting sort of false battlements up the top. But all in all, here's the chain link fencing which was put around it by the council, as it was, well, 20 years ago in unsafe condition, but people come up at night and well, we won't have that, and it was trampled down. There we are. Lovely. Right, cruise dog. We got what we came for? Yes, we did.